Okay, hello my friends, hello, good evening. Let's see who is here. Conan, hola, tilting at Twitch, hello. Mr. Kupo, hi. LK, hello. Ewan, hello, how's it going guys? How are you guys doing? Good to see you all. Alright. It's been like a little bit since I was on. Hope you guys have been well. Ooh, the lighting is a little... Let me see if I can like... orient this a little differently. Okay. This lighting making Diego look really handsome. It's because I only have one big light source here and I don't have a fill light over here. Not much room to bounce the light on, so it's a little dark. Maybe I can turn this on here. Maybe this can fill. Oh, that's a little too bright for me though. Maybe that? Nah. Not really doing too much here. Anyway, hello friends. Okay, so I'm actually kind of so today we're checking out this this build here that I'm kind of going in blind somewhat. What's that? Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm just like checking. Secret Myth, hello, thank you for the 34 months. Hello. Hey, Wave Formula, hi. Luminkey, I feel I haven't heard from them in a while. I could just be out of the loop. Yeah, I feel like I hadn't heard about new stuff for a bit from them. I know that they do have some pre-builds out there. But they sent out this board, the Luminkey80 Mark II, and so it's kind of like a revision to their initial Lumen keyboard and the TKL. And I think the first TKL came out like a decent while back. Like maybe years ago, like a couple years, like yeah, it was like probably like 2 or 3 years ago that I remember seeing the first version of that board. So yeah, it's been a bit. How's your move? My move was busy, you know, just like a lot to move. Obviously since my wife is you know, not as physically able to do stuff. I just had a lot of things to sort out, but you know, it was good. There was like a lot to do, but it was not like the worst thing in the world. So turned out okay. We're still like unpacking and getting like stuff sort of like sorted out. But it's coming along. Like at least like obviously like our own essentials are kind of done, but we're just like setting up things for later. For the kiddo. Oh my god, it's Daddy Diego. Soon TM. Hi Alquan, how are you? Alright, so I'm kind of coming in blind into this build. I was not provided any too much info about the board, actually. And so, you know, the info I have is basically that, you know, that they wanted me to check out the board for review. And I only have the product page here, which is on the Luminkey website, which is everything that you can see. And like I can actually, I guess I can actually go to the browser and we can sort of go over it. But tri-mode keyboard. So let's see, premium 80% custom mechanical keyboard. So TKL, F12, function row layout. And looks like it's Win key or Win keyless. And it comes in retro white, silver, some kind of silver with like a special weight over here. Oh, I see, like this machine pattern. And then there's like non-patterned silver anodized. There's red and green. Oh, that's neat. These are actually pretty solid choices. They have some extra renders over here. But let's see. Obviously they have foam included. A lot of foam. Let's see. Aluminum weight and stainless steel weight, PP plate, copper badge, and looks like a hot swap PCB. But all in all, it looks pretty good. Gasket mount, and yeah, 3-pin and 5-pin compatible, pre-loop stabilizers, and yeah, a lot of internal dampening, which is the foam. Tri-mode connection is going to be, you know, USB dongle, Bluetooth, and wired. No top mount. Yeah, this gets gasket mount. Huh? I don't know. Mason, hello. Also, Elquan, I'm good. How have you been? I've been alright. We've just been busy. We had family visit over the weekend, so I was just busy attending to family and guests, and had a gathering with friends, and that was nice. And yeah, we've just been you know, shopping a lot for the baby. Getting, you know, just getting ready. So yeah. Mason with 60 months. Whoa, 60 months. What's that? Is that 5 years? Wow. Thank you for the 5 years. That's crazy, actually. Time flies. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes a parent? Classic. Classic joke. Thank you for the 100 bits wave formula. Appreciate that. Is the due date in 2026? Yes, it's later this fall, Mr. Kupo. Drew, hi Diego, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, muy bien. 5 years equals 1 PhD? Depends on which area, actually. I finished mine in about 4 years. Wait, did it take me 4 years? Yeah, 4 years, I think, ish. A lot of people, it really depends. I know some 5.5s, 5.5s, even up to 6. And then I feel like longer than 6, you're really pushing it. The schools tend to really push you hard to get you graduated, to get your thesis done. But yeah. But yes, there are some degrees that can be finished in, like, I would say like 3 years is the quickest ish that I've seen a PhD. That usually requires you to have hit the ground running, like you already have preliminary work coming in from before the PhD that kind of like kicks you right off in the right direction. Yeah. Alright, so let's take a look. So the box just says 80 and it says Luminkey. Kind of nice. Enjoy Luminkey on the other side. Otherwise, pretty blank box here. It was in a cardboard box, so nothing special in the other cardboard box. Let's take a look here. Ooh, okay. Have a red Winkey unit. There's like a quick start guide that kind of shows, like, you know, where the power switch is, switching between Windows and Mac modes, Windows lock, factory reset, connection mode switching, and battery status. It's neat. There's 2 switches pre-installed. I don't even know what switches they are. That desk mat is sick. GB soon? GB's currently open. A myth. The GB... Wait, did I don't know if I can make a command for that, actually. but the GB is open. If you go to Rubber House's Instagram page, I think the link in bio has a link tree to the whole thing. I can do where's Mr. Chad? Okay, here. I have all the links in the. Actually, is it easier if I just do that on here? I feel like linking the link tree is easier. Yeah, there. And then Erubre Summer Dust Mat links. And then if I do exclamation rubber hose, does it work? Yeah, there we go. It's right there. Hi Kim, how are you? Well, I know how you're doing, generally speaking. I hope you're doing well, nonetheless. I hope you had a good day today. Eat some yummy food. Sick, thanks. Gonna cop one. Yeah, it's actually pretty sweet. I took photos of it. They're. Did I put them up on my website? I thought I published the pics. Oh yeah, it's right here. Yeah, I took some photos of it. So you'll find it there. And you know, there's obviously more pictures on Chad's, like, you know, Insta page and whatnot. So you'll find more stuff there. Yeah, but yeah, I took pics. It's a nice, kind of has this like if you take a look here, it kind of has this slight green to kind of turquoise to blue shift. It's very subtle though. It's kind of hard to see, honestly. Oh, look at the accessories they included. Isn't this one of those switch pulling thingies? How do you use it? I've never used one. I thought do you just like put the switch on and then it's supposed to press? Four prong, and then it looks like it has a. Is this a keycap puller? Yeah, that's a keycap puller, all right. Right? That's a keycap puller. But how does the switch puller work? Okay, you can like. No. It also has a keycap puller too. Keycap puller here, and then it like compacts back into the. It like you know, sets itself back, and then I mean, isn't this supposed to like pinch, like when you put it on? Like, isn't this supposed to actuate? It pinches when it's pressed against the switch? Oh, I'll have to try it. Okay, it comes with a cable, standard paracord type cable, USB A to C. Got some spare screws. You got some gaskets and I think bump-ons. And we got some, what are these? PCB mount stabs. These look like, yeah, these are screw-ins. Okay, there we go. Comes with stabs too. That's kind of nifty. All right. Did have. Oh, Maylee, hello. Thanks for the 12 months. Welcome back. Thanks for the prime. You did have double matchas and then had a caffeine crash. Just woke up. That's crazy, Kim. I barely have caffeine these days. Like, I took some iced tea to work today. But that's about all the caffeine I had for the day. So yeah, I really don't have much caffeine these days anymore. Ooh, warranty sticker, button release. I see. Okay, I've never had one, so I actually didn't know. Is this supposed to be like a... Oh, I see. It's just for like lift. So you're saying that if I press it against the switch... Oh, I see. So you press it and then... Oh! Nifty. Damn. That's cool. Yeah, I see. You press it against it and then it'll close up. Cool, cool. What time do you wake up for work if you're commuting? So today I had to make it to a meeting by... Today was kind of late start, so like around 10. So I got up... Well, I had to get up to finish a presentation, like slides. So I got up around like 7 to do that. But if I were to make it to work by 10, I'm probably out the door by like 9:05, 9:10 ish. Takes me like 40 minutes to get to work. Press without pushing button and then press after pulling. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I see, I see. So like if this is on, press without pushing the button, and then you pull it, and then, oh, it just releases it. Oh, it's so handy. Oh my god, I'm totally gonna use this. This is awesome. That's a cool accessory. I mean, it's simple, but it's nice. All right, so listen, not everyone can go without, okay, Diego? I know. I used to not be able to, but since my wife is not drinking caffeine as much, I've kind of, in solidarity, I've sort of cut down a lot. I've cut down a lot of different things. Like I don't think I've had like anything like sushi in a long time. Like also like drinking too. I barely drink now. And caffeine is another one of those things that we cut out a lot. Yeah. Do you have to take public transport? Yeah, I take the subway. Yeah. I typically, my commute's like a mix of subway and walking, or a subway and commuter bike, like city bike type of deal. Oh, hello. All right, there you go. It's back. Okay, so let's take a look at the board itself, though. The anode quality is quite nice. It has a little copper badge, kind of like an up-down arrow sort of insignia. And the sides are like this. It has a little step portion. So the bottom case has this sort of, visual glitch. It has this sort of like step portion here where the bottom piece has two parts, right? So it has this aluminum weight part that's also has this kind of steel portion, and then this part which is just part of the whole bottom case that has an angle to it. There are 4 bump ons installed on the case. There's 2 like vertical ones like this, and then there's 2 horizontal ones. Is your wife Hispanic? What have been her cravings? She loves chocolate. She's not Hispanic though. Yeah. But actually, very clean design. I would say. They went with a sort of mirror finish to the stainless steel part. So we got a mirror finish over here. Yeah. The foam has been through it. I mean, it's just kind of been sitting there, right? So, all right. Let's open it up, and it has a seamless style design and a centered USB-C port. But it's pretty clean design. I would say among the different like sort of like budget-friendly boards that now we see out there, like it's definitely on the cleaner side. There's a lot that have leaned more into like this like kind of like matrix lab type aesthetic, or just like busier aesthetic, but this is very, very clean. So let's open it up. We have some hex screws, got 4 of them only for now. Let's see if there's any others. That's one of the things I miss about New York City. Stay pretty much in shape without a gym membership. Yeah, for me, who also, to be fair, I don't really like work out on the regular. Yeah, walking around and just basically doing everything without a car is pretty nice for my health for sure. Yeah. Okay. Oh, 4 screws is all it took. Okay. So it is 4 screws and the top comes right off. You can see there's 2 screws attaching the copper badge over there. You have some little divots here for the gaskets to sort of be in place. Let's take a look at everything else here. So we have our polypropylene plate. So from the looks of this PP plate, it appears that the mounting of the gaskets is all on the PCB. So we have all of the foam right here. We have plate foam, P foam, and the PET plastic piece, which we can put aside for now. And then for the gasket mount itself, let me see. It looks like we have a magnetic pogo pin style PCB with a solid 1.6 millimeter PCB. It's hot swap compatible. 7U only for the bottom row. It looks like it does not support step caps lock, which is actually kind of a bummer because I feel like they could have very easily done that. That would be something I would give for feedback. I actually don't mind the fixed backspace. We have ISO support for the ISO users, which also includes the split left shift. I feel like if you're already supporting things like ISO and ANSI, you can easily support stepped and regular caps. So I feel like this is kind of an oversight. Not a huge fan of that, but something to give feedback. We have a few LEDs pre-installed for indicators, 1 through 5 here, and then looks like the minus and or rather the dash and the equal sign keys over here. No other LEDs otherwise, from what I can see. None at the bottom, and none that you can really solder on or anything like that. So. How are you gonna balance all the languages you speak to your new baby, Diego? That's frankly a tough question. So I was, so I had family, over this past weekend, and my mom was like, I was like, I kind of asked her like, how do we handle like, dealing with all the languages and stuff. Like I speak English to, in general during my day, as well as to my wife. I speak Korean to my family and like my sibling, my brothers and like my parents when I call them and things like that. I speak Spanish as well because I grew up in Mexico. So I speak 3 languages. My wife speaks like Chinese and English. So yeah, I don't know. My mom was just like, you just gotta expose them to it. You just talk to them in the language and they'll just absorb things, like you teach them if they, you kind of try and make associations. But she said like formal teaching of the languages is hard. Like, unless you're like, you really gotta go out of your way and like try to like, figure out a plan to teach them. And that's difficult. So she was like, if you're very motivated to do that, then you can certainly try, and like it'll be a whole challenge by itself. But as far as at least getting them exposed and getting them to learn some things, you just gotta expose them. You just gotta say words in the language, and they'll wonder what it is. So they'll pick it up based on associations, right? You just build up from scratch. And that's kind of how it goes. Yeah. It'll be tough. But yeah, just speak to them in all of them, I guess. He'll absorb everything like a sponge. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, I hope so. Oh well, I'm hoping that English and Spanish will naturally come from being here in the city, and then the other stuff will kind of come from association and just from being around family and relatives and things like that as we kind of like as he grows up. So yeah. Let's take a quick look at the gaskets here. So the gaskets are just like regular sleeve type gaskets here with a little bump at the bottom for, I imagine, alignment. And on the PCB side, it looks like it allows some flexibility towards the middle of that gasket by having sort of this gap in between. You know, obviously this covers the entire thing, but this kind of allows for some flexibility in the middle of that portion right there, just kind of like that pressing. So the flexibility is kind of more point focused rather than the entire length of the tab, which is kind of neat. Another somewhat ingenious way they did, so they also used little extra gasket pieces here. I think this is a kind of smart implementation of like force brake style mod, which is you use a gasket and you just have a screw hole tab here on the bottom case, and they just installed it with a screw hole, so you know, like with a screw, so it's pretty much fixed. It doesn't move anywhere, and you know, the screw doesn't really get in the way because the little thingy is like slightly taller than the screw. So yeah. Just gotta speak to the Muse Association. Yeah. Yeah, Hall effect. My baby is a Hall effect switch. JK, but yes, we are expecting a boy. Early life, 0 months to 3 years old is best to just do association and exposure. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I've heard of people doing American Sign Language to teach like babies, like from the baby stage, like basic need stuff, like bathroom or like food, or like I'm hungry, that kind of stuff, like basic stuff like that. And I thought that was really cool. The people who managed to do that, the like using ASL to sort of back up whatever their needs are. I thought that was really awesome. I've seen a few people sort of like talk about that. I don't know ASL really, but you know, basic stuff you can always just easily learn and just try to teach them. So pretty neat. So due to the construction of this board, which is quite simple, first of all, due to magnetic pogo pin for the PCB, this is essentially what the Neo 80, the first version, did. So the first version of the Neo 80 was also like gasket mount, and it essentially used a magnetic pogo pin connector for the PCB and the bottom case. And there isn't much room under the PCB, so it's gonna kind of give it a nice tight kind of like sound profile. We have a nice and kind of like firm 1.6 millimeter PCB with, I would say, pretty well distributed gasket tab positions. Quite nice. The fitment is really good because they do not allow for much movement side to side. The alignment is further improved by the little tabs, like the little tic tacs on the gaskets themselves. You kind of get this nice force brake already built into it. So essentially the plate becomes an optional sort of thing in a way. You kind of do get PCB mount only by just having the PCB there, and you can kind of like reinforce the stiffness with a little bit of a plate. Obviously here we only have a regular polypropylene plate, which is very soft, so the difference is going to be much more minimal than like unless you're using an aluminum plate. So I actually am liking this a lot just from the get-go, so quite nice. I would probably advise here to just use maybe this particular foam, just so that these hot swap sockets don't hit the bottom as they flex down. This is not too thick actually. It's probably like less than 2 millimeters. So I would, this would be a good way to just prevent accidental presses causing shorting between the hot swap sockets, which obviously contain these metal parts that can easily short on the bottom of the case. But quite nice, quite nice. I am liking a lot what I see here for a kind of like budget-friendly TKL implementation. So very, very nice. Time to visit Mexico. My Spanish is atrophying. I need to read some young adult novels or something. Do you know Isabel Allende? Speaking of young adult novels, do you know Isabel Allende? She writes fiction for the most part. I really like her books. So if you want to read, I mean, her books are in English and Spanish, but and because they got very popular. And so I would maybe, if you want to try some light reading, Isabel Allende is awesome. I love her books. So you don't have to go into like classic novels or anything like that. I would highly recommend. Yeah, in Spanish, of course. All right. This is gonna be a fun build, I think. So let's check it out. Let's do no foam because I have believe that it will sound quite nice. I think this board will sound nice even without foam. I'll just use this one just to sort of keep things non-conductive at the bottom case area, but otherwise I think it will go well. So I'm just gonna take out the PCB here. I'll just leave this to the side, and we can do some building. I taught my kids food, eat, or water with ASL. Yeah. We use that with both of our kids for hungry and thirsty. Oh, MB Surfer, hello. How are you, man? So good to see you. It's been a bit. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Yeah. I think the ASL idea is awesome, so I'm gonna definitely try it out. I just think it makes sense. Like a sign, like it just makes sense. I think it's a great idea. So yeah, I'm excited for kind of like the next chapter. Obviously I'm nervous, I definitely will get pee sprayed directly onto my face, and blowouts will suck and it'll stink and all of the above, but whatever, but yeah, it'll be fun. 1.6 PCB? Yes, it is a 1.6 millimeter PCB. No flex cuts. Those are the least of your worries. I know. The bigger worries for me obviously is getting sick. Them getting sick, me getting sick, everyone getting sick. As soon as they start going into daycare or things with other kids, sickness, unlimited, especially in the big city. Expecting that to obviously be a problem. So yeah. Okay, so I'm taking a look here at the pre-lube stabilizers. And the lubrication is, I would say, it's fairly light. So I'm not too sure how well these would perform, so I'm personally a little bit skeptical of the performance of these guys right now as is, so I personally would go ahead and lube them. So I'm gonna go do that. So get some of that, and where's my lube jar thingy here? I thought I had it right there. Huh? Oh, I put it over there. Infinite versions of Nora and rhinovirus. Oh no. Oh no. One sec. I'll be right back. Let me get the 205. I thought I had it here, but it's not. I'll be right back. Alright. Okay. Wifey rage? Oh no. Yeah, you expect some of that too. It's okay. I'll survive. Yeah, I mean, obviously postpartum and just different brain chemistry and everything really. Yeah, I mean that's bound to happen, but you know, we try our best. We do our best. I've been trying my best already. You know, I try to cook and do a lot of the pretty much all the chores at home, and you know, try to be supportive the best I can, and sometimes you can't avoid it, honestly. But yeah. My wife taught our baby ASL. It works. He knows more. Mama, Papa, hungry, sleep. Let's go. Oh, let's go. It's so cute. Oh my god. Expose him to Spanish music and anime of the languages. Oh, that's so adorable. The song of my people. Enjoy. Time passes so fast. I bet. Amorate. I feel like it's been no time since you told us that you were going to be busy being a parent and that you were in the trenches. I mean, not that you aren't still somewhat, but that you were like really in the trenches with, you know, with the baby. And I feel like time has passed quick since even that. So yeah, it's crazy. A little extra maple syrup here and there on the stabs, my wife would approve. And actually, she would not approve. She would be like, why are you wasting the maple syrup? And they mix at the daycare to create superviruses. Yeah, I know. I've heard of all this. I've heard. Gotta build up that natural immunity. Adding zinc and vitamin C to daily vitamins. Yes. And then also need to create an iron-rich diet for both my wife and the baby, especially after the birth. I've heard of that. Keep talking like she's in her 50s. Feo! Hi, Herman. Nice to see you. Hello. Just worked in the ER for 5 years and just seen fear daycare germs. Yeah. Any weird cravings? My wife's cravings primarily are like sweet pastries, chocolate, fruits. I mean, she loves fruits always, but you know, especially more. Just a lot of fruits in general. Yeah. We are past it actually, but we did have a slight scare with the whole gestational diabetes thing, but it turned out we did the 3-hour challenge and it turned out to be fine. So she was like, no, my fruits, my chocolate croissants, my chocolate, and it turned out to be okay. So the day that we got our you know, normal result from the 3-hour glucose challenge, we had ice cream, so that was great. Oh yeah, ice cream. She loves ice cream. So we always have ice cream in the freezer. Yeah. I can hear the Mexican moms with the. Es porque no te lavaste las manos. Es que mi hijo, si no te lavas las manos te vas a enfermar. Yes, I know. Sean with the 35 months. Thank you. A chancla in hand. Yes. Chancla is always at the ready. Bro, it's been so long since I've used Twitch. Well, I am honored, Sean, that you use Twitch for the times that I am around here, doing the same old. So thank you so much, for sticking around this whole time and really for showing up. I know he's 1.5 years. What? Amarate's kid is 1.5 years. Oh my god. You're crazy. You're kidding me right now. 1.5 years? What? Where did the time go? No way. I know the answer to that is Seaway, but God darn it. Oh my god. Time flies. Oh, I haven't chosen switches, but we're doing stabs first. So we're just gonna do stabs first and then we'll figure out switches afterwards, okay? If you're wondering what switches I'm using, I have no idea. I have some bags of switches over here, and we'll just pick something. What mouse is that? No, it's actually this is an MCHO's, I think, like internals, and this is called the Jaeger. I did a little build stream of it. It's kind of like this, like I guess they're also molding it, but this kit from Project W that to fit like internals from other mice. So it's put it in the chat. Have some pictures and stuff there, but did I link stuff in that page? Yeah. If you go to the Project W page, you'll find details. But it's basically a mod kit that just fits donor parts. And I the people who worked on this, Project W people, Fat Free Water, they also did keyboard stuff before, and so they're also in the mice world now. So yeah, they're very kind to reach out to let me check out one of the mice. It's nice. It's pretty light, pretty nifty, and frankly, I've pretty much been using it since I got it from them, and it's just been my main mouse for a little bit. It's pretty comfortable. The grip is the shape is pretty nice and comfortable, so I've been enjoying it. It's light enough too, and this is like a prototype too, so it's like technically I think heavier than what it's supposed to be. Not that I really care that much about the specifics. It's been so long since I've done anything for my desk setup. Still rocking my Whale 75. Still want to buy a whale. And a frog. Yeah. I mean, you know, you got busy and life just took priority, so that's alright. The desk setup stuff can come by so easily nowadays because there's like 10 billion options out there now, and you know, the market's like a lot easier to navigate, honestly, when it comes to being a buyer. So you never need to feel much in a rush really to get anything, I would say, unless you're like really looking out for quote unquote the rare and limited, or you know, whatever all that cloud chasing business is. and get a Keyco for like 500 instead of 2.1. Yeah, that's how it rolls now. It's crazy, and it's honestly pretty awesome. I mean, like this board that I'm currently checking out here is 280, and it's looking like back in the day this would have been, you know, a $400 kit or whatever. For like an enthusiast board. So yeah, it's the keyboard world honestly has come very far as kind of commercializing and sort of expanding into much more approachable levels and kind of keep it at the enthusiast level. So it's pretty nice. GMK sets for 100 basically. Yep. Yeah, nowadays you don't really need to feel like you missed out on anything. I'm personally pretty happy about that. Like, people are like, oh my god, this set got rerun, the value of my set tanked or whatever. But I'm like, I mean, if it's available, like, you know, fuck all exclusivity. Like, honestly, it's fine. I mean, also, specifically, this applies especially for stuff that can be easily manufactured by a machine. So it's like kind of pointless to expect that kind of exclusivity, in my opinion. Because, I mean, if these companies will it, they just want to print these out, like, they can easily do it. And so, yeah, expecting the exclusivity is kind of silly, I think. I've been slowly trying to get a list of for a lab setup for micro soldering stuff. Oh, micro soldering. What are you doing micro soldering for? Is that a gaming mouse? I use it for gaming, yeah. To be fair, the first 4 months feel like a year. Oh, damn. I'll have to expect that. I guess it'll be a long ass winter for me then. It'll be a long winter for me, for us. It's okay. I actually told I'm kind of like in the clear now. You know, obviously, like, work knows that I'm taking a leave and whatnot. So but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I am excited, nervous, and excited, but also nervous. Need Miami Dusk rerun? Wow, that's an odd request. Miami Dusk? I feel like I don't hear too many people asking for that. Is that the beige looking set with Miami colors? Miami Dusk is different from Miami Nights. Miami Nights is the one that has the black base, right? Miami Dusk is the one that has like the... Did they have a Keycaps rerun? That one? Was it Keycaps? I think it was Keycaps, right? What are some fun games nowadays? I have to be honest, I don't play too much games as much. I mean, I think the only game I've been playing a lot is just with my wife. We play Overwatch a lot. We pretty much play every day, actually. But that's pretty much all I play these days. So I wouldn't be able to tell you. Other than that, I guess we play board games with friends every few weeks. And yeah, but for video games, I've really not dabbled much in else. Kind of sucks. I mean, obviously not getting exposed to new things, but I'm familiar with Overwatch and it's fun. So it's a long time since the Dusk rerun at Keycaps. Oh, I see. So I guess those sets are kind of dried up in the market for supply. What portion of the hobby for you, do you reckon is into the whole set exclusivity increase in value over time mindset? Partly. I mean, the obvious one, partly is going to be resin for sure, like artisans, because they are a handmade product. So there is a subset of the resin community who obviously appreciates exclusivity or limited number factor into the value of their collections, right? Like it's something that's an inherent thing. Like it can't be avoided because keycaps are produced in a limited number, and some are come in, 2 or 3 or sometimes one-offs, right? So like things can acquire value that way, and people don't dabble in just one hobby, right? Like there are, like this was a conversation I was having with some people earlier today actually, and that was the parallel between the people who are into like trading card games, right? And right nowadays, like the whole Pokemon thing is like wild, right? And other TCGs are also popping off, right? And there's a whole sub community in that too that is like essentially they're investing into this whole thing, right? They're parking their money there. I certainly know real life people who also have like some real serious amounts of money parked in there, and that's just how they treat it, and that's good for them. If they're doing well, I mean that's good for them. For me, it feels a rather soulless to do so. It's a lot of money. It's also, I don't know, it just feels weird as an asset. And for some people it just kind of becomes like a full-time thing. Not my jam, but especially because it originates as a game, right? So it is what it is. But yeah, I think artisans are a big one. There's some in the kind of like boutique slash enthusiast popular sort of runs of keyboards as well. Like people kind of would talk about this when Keycall was very popular, TGR, single KBD, like things like that, like where there are exclusive or small number runs of keyboards, and people kind of like will heavily value that because of that exclusivity factor. Maybe you're part of a commission, of a special commission of 10, 20 boards, whatever that MOQ might be, and that becomes like a very valuable thing because people really like that commission design or whatever it is, and then there's kind of some of that kind of exclusivity factor in that too. But personally I argue that when it comes to keyboards and keycaps, these are both things that can be manufactured by a machine rather easily. It's a set of instructions, through a computer, and set type of materials and whatnot, and there's like a formulaic process to this. I think personally I find it rather silly to deposit that kind of interest and sort of like desire to keep things exclusive when those goods can actually be pretty easily remanufactured to that exact spec. And so yeah, halfway through month 4 for number 2, and honestly, winter baby better than summer. Oh yes, thank you. I know. I am very happy that our kid is gonna be a fall baby, I guess, fall to winter baby, really. So that's, thank God. Because yeah, same reason I prefer bundling up over shedding like layers. Like heat is always kind of hard to work with. So yeah. And being stuck inside is better. Paternity leave is usually like 3 months-ish. Yeah, I get about, I believe mine is 12 weeks. Yeah, 12 weeks. And I think I can split it up. So I think I can do like 4 weeks and then go back to work and then do like the rest, for example. Are you still in the city? I've moved out a little bit, but no, I'm still technically within the New York City jurisdiction. So I'm still technically in New York City within the 5 boroughs, but I'm no longer like in Manhattan. I haven't been in Manhattan for like been like 2 years now. We moved out of Manhattan. I was in Astoria, Queens for a bit. And then we've kind of moved further out since then. Miami Dusk is the beige version of Tokyo Nights, colorful fonts and beige. Yeah. I guess Hander beige is a little too wild for you. too many colors. But that's a fun take on. Actually, Hander beige is a set that I thought would look really bad on the keycaps, like not Hander beige, and just like Hander bite. It was only until I saw pictures of the actual key set that I was like, oh, that's not bad. But in render form and in just like the idea in general, Hander bite and Hander beige, frankly, did not inspire any confidence for me. I don't know how stuff like Combo Breaker ran. Combo Breaker, that's Orin set, right? The Street Fighter set. Yeah, that one had pretty low contrast as well. It's frankly tough. I mean, I actually was surprised about the relative success of Hyper Beige. Because it also kind of plays in that low-ish contrast regime of keycap set colorways. And I mean, obviously I think partly it is due to the fact that the set ran through novel keys, which definitely bolsters a lot of like a rather big audience, and also just kind of they do a pretty strong marketing as well, but at the same time, you know, at least compared to Combo Breaker, I think the colors did work a little bit better. But yeah, it's these are all really tough sets to like market to anybody and be like, oh yeah, buy this set because it looks awesome. And I'm like, you look at the render and you're like, that doesn't look that great. It's just low contrast, and frankly, like, what if it just doesn't look good? And I don't want to spend money on that. So yeah, it's so crazy to be that market shatter. Artisans are low-key lits. What do you mean lits? Seeing bongos for less than 100 is also nuts. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, well, but this is the reality of artisans. It's the more the maker keeps making keycaps, the value is naturally going to go down because there is saturation of that market. It's inevitable. Like, people will pick and choose what they like. People will eventually settle on colorways that they like, on designs that they like, whatever it is. And so it's inevitable. Like, these values do plateau as long as the maker is still active. And once the maker is no longer active, there is some perceived value of rarity due to kind of like a dwindling supply. But even then, right, it is only for a very, 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 very small subset of goods that, you know, it can like inflate further from where it was once. It's very, very rare. And these market trends are very generalizable. It's just generally applies to most of these sort of like limited number stuff. Yeah. Just weird when keycap colorways get locked out to retain value for the original buyer. Yeah, it's super weird to me. I personally don't get it. I do understand, for example, one thing that I do think is very much worth respecting the boundaries is, for example, the like yeah and I like the colorway scheme is an idea that someone had to come up with and put together and all, and kind of like giving them a heads up and nod, like I don't know, like paying respects, or like just giving them a heads up, like being like, hey, I'm really interested in running this, and if you no longer have this kind of like commercial interest in like running this set again anytime soon, we really want to get this going again, I think that should be okay. Like, you know, because it is shitty when people sort of like hold certain designs hostage because they're like, well, I don't know, maybe I'll be rerunning it in like 3 years, but I don't know, I'm not sure about that, maybe it'll be 5, ha ha ha, you'll have to find out when it happens, you know, that kind of sucks. So you don't want like to be locked out like that. But yeah, if they're like, yeah, I'm actually working on renders right now and I'm running it in 6 months and I can promise you that, then yeah, you gotta respect that. You know, that designer, whoever made novelties, made plans, made actual, you know, took actual steps to kind of bringing this product into reality again, and like running a round 2 or whatever, round 3, whatever it is, and you know, that's great. But yeah, if there's just logged, like kind of like the whole Hyperfuse debacle, or like a lot of these like originative sets, right? It's pretty silly. It's pretty silly. How Hyperbeige turned out was kind of a letdown. I think Hyperbeige turned out exactly how I thought it would, as far as how it looked in person. It was very low contrast, just from the color choice alone. It was like, I was just like, well, yeah, that's just exactly how it's gonna turn out. But I mean, it did well. It actually doesn't look terrible. It's still pretty low contrast though. This is a tough one. I'm glad to see Frank just still churning though. Yeah, prime caps. Yeah, I mean, do you know that Frank and Lisa just had a kid recently too? Miles. He's adorable. He's huge. For a baby his age, is like. He's grown up quick. I mean, parents are both like just generally like tall and stuff, so. Need Olivia to run again, please? Oh, Olivia. It's like, what would that be? Like round 4 now? I saw GMK Dark listed on eBay the other day for like 800 USD. Just get GMK Shaded. It's like the much better set than GMK Dark, in my opinion. Ominous seems like the new obsession. The current new obsession in resin, I will say it's probably Noah Howland Caps from Canada. He has an art. I mean, he has pursued art as a kind of like a hobby thing for. I actually don't know. I'm not sure if he has a traditional background, but you know, he definitely dabbled in art before doing keycaps, like drawing and whatnot. So he has a knack for it, and he does great work. So yeah, so I think that one's big. TRMK has stayed big since those ominous sales sort of blew up. You know, Hello Caps always still pretty. You know, someone might say bongos are at retail, but a lot of the other designs aren't. So I would say there's always demand for Hello Caps in a good way. There's a lot of excitement around the maker, always, I would say. Okay, so I actually have not chosen switches for this, right? So let's choose some. Let me pull up a list here of some switches I got, and we can choose something. Insert switch reviewer artisan red. Yeah, right. Yeah. Can't keep track of everything, huh? Where is my... Canada good. Yes, I agree. I love Canada. His handle is Haon on IG. Yeah, HAON. Is it underscore caps? Something like that. What kind of switch do we want to try on this? Do we want to do a classic, like a cherry style switch, or do we want to do like something completely different? I just have. I kind of believe in this board today. I'm feeling like it might actually sound pretty good with something simple. Feel like it's an. You think it's an HMX kind of board? Oh yeah. Huh. Okay. Let me see what long poles I got. I might have some Macchiatos. I have some Hoshizoras. Oh, those are JWK, I think, right? I have some Sonias. I have these other HMX. What is these called? I have these Luminkey Astral switches, swell rollers. Yeah, after seeing those internals, oh really? I don't know. I kind of have. I don't know. I have optimism. Throw it back to some inks or JWKs. Damn, JWKs. I need to look at the full travel ones then. I got some Gadron. I had some. Yeah, I have some. I don't have inks right now, but I do have like Gat yellows, Gat X, Gat yellow type of stuff. I have some fades. I have some kale creams. I have some Type Plus switches, like the classic blues. Obviously, I have cherry stuff, you know, MX Blacks, you know, Nixies, probably MX Brown somewhere. Might have clears. I'm actually not sure if I do have clears. What do you guys think? All right, let's do a vote then, because it looks like we're not fully decided here. What switch? PP plate. No foam. All right. Kale creams, MX Black, or kind of feel like Nixies might be okay on this. Nixies, MX Brown. Let's say Gat yellows. HMX. What is that? Macchiatos. I got you guys some different options. 5 different options, so you can choose from them. No silence though. I don't like silence, so I never have them. If I actually like them, I would have some silence on deck, but I don't love them, so I don't have them typically. Just not a huge silent switch guy. Only out of need, maybe. But you're gonna need some with the baby coming? No? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna expose them to keyboard sounds like allergens, you know? Like, they need to be exposed to it so that, you know, they're not allergic to it, quote unquote. I'm gonna get one of those boards with solenoid and buzzer and just go. Yeah. Wow, almost no votes in this chat, man. Come on, guys. 3 votes. I'll take an executive choice over here if you guys aren't gonna pick. That's fine with me. First thing Diego will do on the first day the baby is in the house is type on Cherry Blues. That'll be funny. This board is honestly it's pretty nice. I like what I'm seeing here. Definitely I think it was Meili who said, or was it somebody else who said? But definitely the most normal Lumen keyboard I've you know, like kind of like I've seen as far as like construction goes. It's super simple. Definitely, it kind of reminds me of a Neo 80, the first gen. Macchiatos. Okay. Fine. I'm a Chatterino. I can't even vote. Oh, wow! I can't bring Koopa out of Chatterino. It's crazy. Oh, I'm in the middle of playing Rebirth. Oh, Final Fantasy. Oh, how fun! I have not played the new ones. I still remember getting stuck after getting on the way to get Vincent in that last part, and then there was this one boss that would just like fucking wreck me. I remember after I swapped CDs to that one when I played it on the PlayStation 1, PS1 by the way. I was getting fucking wrecked by that one boss. just reminded me. Anyway, okay, macchiatos. Let me see, where are they? Apple, linears, macchiatos. Okay, they're supposedly in that. Okay, I'll go get those. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. Got these macchiatos. Looks like I only have 84 of them, but since this probably takes 86. Oh, I guess I have to. I can use these Sunset Gleams that are here. Maybe I'll put them like somewhere else, like this here, over here. Okay, HMX switch today, huh? It's not frequent. Wait, Final Fantasy Rebirth is my first Final Fantasy? No way. I was a gun and ball gamer until my 20s. I don't know what's going on. I just stare at Tifa. Nice. Nice. I don't know what's going on. My eyes are glued on Tifa. Just wait till you get to that one cloud scene. Just wait. Tifa or Aerith? Tifa's cooler. Aerith is sweet though. But like, bro, do you guys watch Advent Children? The one fighting scene with Tifa in the church, bruh. And the music, oh, damn, that scene is good. And then she lost, yeah, but she's cool. What's up, Plastic Bits? Yo, Herthica. Damn. I kind of missed that show. Kaguya. I don't think I ever finished the the manga for that. I bought a new CPU, motherboard, and RAM. Oh, nice. Did the RAM run you a lot? I'm still on DDR4 and a 3080. Do you guys think my computer's gonna die soon? I hope not. But like, I hope it lasts me like a long time. I hope I can outlive this stupid bubble, bro. Maybe 2 years? Fuck. Are you serious? Damn. You guys are... Damn. Damn. I was hoping for... I was hoping to get some hope, but now I'm feeling very hopeless. 2028 or later for the RAM to recover? We'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Linux! What distro of Linux is the one to use, Kupo? I actually don't know jack shit about Linux anymore, to be fair. I did use Linux back when I was in college. Actually, I used Linux. CachyOS. Oh, never used that. Actually, do you pay for an LLM? Not out of my own pocket, no. It's based on Arch, but with some gaming optimization. Ah, interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. I've been on it for 2 years straight. 2 years is pretty long to be on the same distro. Man, macchiatos are like so like clacky. I don't have my like usual piece of foam here, but I just need to check for rattle, so it's not a big deal. I don't know if you can use your work LLM for that, but it works for me. Wait, you can just point an LLM to your Linux machine and they'll fix things if you have issues. Oh, cool. Interesting. I wouldn't use my work LLM for that, but you know. Are macchiatos like MX Blacks? No, they're not like MX Blacks. Is there any switch that really is like an MX Black? I would say no. I would say there's no such switch out there, but I would love for someone to just tell me you're wrong. This switch is like an MX Black and you gotta shut up. MX Reds, yeah. I know one more. MX Orange. Nice one. The spring swapped them all to the same spring anyway. Which I guess for me the perfect weight is like 62 gram. Medium 62 gram TX kind of springs. Were like actually those Swacky springs are pretty nice too. IMO, if the closest is probably GAT yellows if you pretend. That's a lot of pretending. But as far as travel and some feel is concerned, yeah, you could kind of try pretending, yeah. I mean, they don't sound the same though. TX60 mediums are my preferred for linears, and then TX60 longs for tactiles. Oh, that's actually a pretty solid choice for springs. 60, I mean, Sorry, long springs for tactiles work pretty nicely. They give the because they give that like preload for the upstroke a little bit, just a little bit, slightly extra kind of like strength in the return. Really makes for a nice tactile feel, because once the bump collapses and it kind of comes back, nice, like very snappy sort of response. So yeah, it's a good choice. MX Browns with long springs, yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah, I've tried MX Browns with like the, what is that, 50, is it 57 or 58 longs, or yeah, those are pretty good. But yeah, I would say I do prefer MX Browns with 60 grams over anything lower than 60, personally. Risking being lynched here? No lynching here. I genuinely want to know if there really is anything that comes close. I know that there's people who have tried to like replicate, like, you know, pseudo like scratchiness and somewhat like that like housing sound that Cherry MX has, but like every time that I feel people claim that, I've never felt, just from seeing people's content or just from following along or even trying them myself, like I've never felt like they came close to it, I think, right? And so that's all. I'm just having like healthy skepticism about it. But TTC blacks come close, maybe. Spare me, please. I regret my life. No, seriously, Faye, like I don't think there's a wrong or right answer here. Just kind of curious. Full travel linears are like MX blacks if you use active noise canceling. I always follow what the designer does for length. Sometimes I lighten the weight, but that's my life since I'm only tactile fan now. Oh, you don't use linears at all now? How come? Wow. Tactiles only. I swore I was tactiles only when I started in the hobby. It's really funny, but that's how I felt about it. And then I tried some nice linears and I was like, well, shit, for MX I think they're so good. Linears are so okay, boring. Yeah, they're boring as they're meant to be. You know, like boring is the character of a nice linear. Like it is meant to be boring, and that if you're not subscribed to that philosophy, then I can't disagree with you. They are supposed to be boring. I search for light, medium to medium. Yeah, same. If I'm looking for MX tactiles, I'm in the same camp. I prefer light to medium tactiles in general. How do you like the lube job on HMX? Tried 2 sets so far and both feel a little bit too heavy for my preference. It has varied for me. I think HMX for me has been generally okay, like passable. But if I really had to nitpick, yeah, a little on the heavier side. It's not Gateron pre-lube, which is usually very heavy. So at least there's that. But yeah. I think HMX for me has been generally pretty passable. For the factory lube. Oops. Drop that one. Random macchiato. Like generally pretty good. Definitely better than other manufacturers, I think. And nowadays there's like all these new, like other ones, right? Like Wing Tree and like all these like Key Geek and all these other menus too. TGCs obviously, right? But yeah. Okay. So, do I need to turn this on here? I guess it is. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Would be sick to have an unlubed HMX. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Yeah. That would be kind of neat. I guess it would somewhat defeat the purpose of what they were trying to do, which is basically just have a nice switch out of the box. But for the enthusiast, yeah, I think it's always nice to get both options. I'm done with Gateron these days. So just too much of a pain. Fair. Okay, what keycaps shall we put on this? I went back to inks. Good old reliable for you. Inks are nice. Let me see. Is this working? Yeah, that's working. That's all good. I have panels on my red TKL. Oh, panels is a nice set. Yeah. Let me see what key set I could give a shot here. Nobody got a. Let's see. You can try. Let me try. I'm gonna get so I actually recently got a set of Cherry Love in. We can try it out. I'm not sure. Maybe too much red on red for this, frankly. Let me see. Cherry Love. Maybe we can try it out. So it's a cool set. But let's check it out. Actually, yeah. Let me bring it. I need to go get it from the box over there. BRB. Okay, I am back with Cherry Love. Let's open this guy up. Literally just got it in, so Look, a keyboard. Crazy, right? It's crazy. All right, let's put some keycaps on. Seems GMK set turnarounds are so much faster now. Oh yeah, it's kind of insane how fast they are now. It's like, I'm gonna say like it's around like 6 months or less now. Might be even faster. I actually don't know. It's pretty fast. Hey, my fossil finally got here. Your stream is the reason I joined that, GB. Oh, very nice. How do you like it? Yeah, I mean, now that you have it in person, you can actually tell me. Is it everything you wanted, or is it a utter disappointment and you hate me for it? You can tell me that. Oh, not bad. Packaging kept these pretty well. Let's see the bottom. Oh, this box was like shaken up and it's still pretty good. All right, let's put them on. Gurokawa still in hell? Oh, right. Gurokawa. Oh, yeah. Color. Is it color matching or I guess color selecting? Yeah. That one's stuck. What switches? We have HMX Macchiatos. There's 3 here that I didn't have. So these are HMX Sunset Gleams. Just put them on this side so that they don't get in the way of the main cluster. I'm gonna type on these. I love it, TBH. The Pegasus code is... Oh, you got that one. Oh, yeah, that one was really interesting. The code. I'm glad you like it. I feel like that one could have been kind of like... Some people might like it, and some people might like, you know, I can see people not liking it as much because it's just a little out there. One color left last I heard, and that was before the UV machine broke. Oh my god, the UV machine broke. This set looks so much like Hamon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, isn't Hamon basically the inverse of this? It has like darker alphas and bright red modifiers. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, they're super close. Hamon's alphas, the dark red, has like a tinge of like, I'm gonna say like magenta, like kind of like purplish tone. So it has like a, in certain lighting, Hamon's like dark red looks a little different. Yeah, but the modifier color on Hamon is a very bright red. It's kind of like this color. Actually, it might be even brighter than this. Also, I feel like Koopa, you're talking about Hamon also because didn't the Stinga video have Hamon on it? I feel like I've seen a lot of Hamon recently, and it was probably because I was watching that video, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I've seen Hamon recently. I'm like, yeah, I know where from. Does this have an accent or no? No, right? This is it's not an accent set. Okay, cool. Oh, it's Cherry Love is a pretty nice set. I like how it looks. How do you guys feel about it? It's a lot of red on red here, but I think it looks nice. I feel like brighter red caps will look better. You know, probably. Something even like Red Alert might look nice if you wanted to go with that. Yeah, I actually think Hamon would probably look better for this particular board. What am I looking for? You know, I do like that we have nicer kitting for base kits now. You get 2 supers, like 1.5U supers and stuff like that. And like all the space bars in the base kits now, which is nice. I genuinely thought I know I have sets that I designed, quote unquote, myself that didn't have as good kitting, honestly. But we got it good these days with kits. I joined 0. Whoa, good job, 9. Damn. How similar or dissimilar is it to Keycap cherries? Oh, I actually don't know. Oh, I'm actually not sure about that one. I don't have Keycap cherry, or I haven't seen it in person anytime recently to kind of tell you. I kind of wish I could tell you, actually. I know what set you're talking about. I just don't know what exactly looks like tone-wise. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I was this close with number 260, but Poner said not to swipe. Oh, damn. Poner with the convincing. Hmm? Is it cheaper?
Of course.
To do regular?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's do regular. Let's see. Maybe this. The Daruma might look. Maybe a little too bright, huh? Seeing if this red would match, but no. Foam is still here. Some red pepperonis. Try that. What's this goblin? What's that? That looks good. Maybe I'll do this one. Maybe I'll do. It's not dark red enough. See? Sure, that's fine. That's the best I got. Moving away from 60s in general, I've even sold my... Oh, you sold your heavy grail. Oh, nice. I mean, that's fair. And Lily is too good? Lily is pretty awesome, so... Ooh. Is this a little tight for this part here? There we go. That should be good. Nice, Harold. Thank you. Recent pickup. If there's a board I want and be done, it's actually the Juby, because I still want a Poner board. Based. I love the Juby. It's actually pretty unique to this day. Well, to a good extent. It's because it's like PCB only, right? I don't know. I really like the board. I mean, I obviously like Poner, you know, as a designer, as an individual. I think he's great. But I thought the Juby was a pretty awesome board. The layout is a little, I guess it could be a little, like, kind of difficult sometimes because of the left side cluster. It's kind of counterintuitive if you're used to like a TKL. So there's that. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check it out from the side view here. You can try typing on this perhaps. I want a nice FRL. Who's designing an FRL these days? I feel like I don't see that many FRLs lately, right? I got a Reflection, and oh, Reflection was a nice board. I don't remember checking it out myself, but I do remember it being nice. The Alves, I only tried the EC kit for that. That was okay. I thought it could have been better if we had used like OEM parts, but it's all right. And Lena, oh yeah, Lena is, but I guess Lena technically not. It's like Alice layout style, right? So there's that. I need JJW to actually come through with his. Oh, didn't know that he was making one. I guess he hasn't made one, has he? JJW. Alright, turn off this fan over here. And let's try typing on it. Thought about the Care Bearers, but the Easy Mates turn me off. Oh, I don't. Yeah, I also don't like the Easy Mate connectors. I think if it's on one side, if it's Easy Mate one side and JST on the other, I think that's kind of okay, because you at least just only have to deal with one. But if it's on both sides of the connector, it's sort of it's pretty annoying. I feel it's so easy for them to come off. I feel. Yeah, don't load those. The longevity thing is truly to be questioned for that. Alright, let's try it out. So I can actually edit the build command for this so that it reflects what it actually is. And so let me see. So this is you technically get to hear with some of the typing here. Macchiato switches, lubed. They're mounted onto polypropylene full plate, piece 1.6mm PCB, no foam. Stabilizers are I don't know, I guess Luminkey are from Luminkey, or screw-ins, I guess, from Luminkey. Lube with 205. Lube with 2520. Okay, so we'll put that in the build command. Okay. Let's. Cherry Love Slaps. IMO better than Hamon. It's more traditional than Hamon in terms of colorway, color scheme, like design, I guess, because typically darker modifiers, lighter alphas is the sort of like the norm in key set design, right? So I think that's why it kind of pops, and it's a pretty solid choice of reds that doesn't lean too much in one way or the other. So I think that's why Cherry Love is kind of like one of those sets that could be a nice classic set. It also uses some stock colors like the Legends of the Alphas. I mean actually the overall set. It uses CP Legends. So you can actually combine it with Dolce modifiers, and it'll basically be like burgundy. Yeah. Okay, let's try it out. So we got the Luminkey80 Mark II with a polypropylene plate, no foams, and one 1.6mm no flex cut PCB. This is currently with HMX Macchiatos and GMK Cherry Love. Let's try it out. Okay, here you go. Oh, it's a 5-minute test. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Let's listen to the modifiers. I really like this. I really actually like this. What I do like about it is that it does have some resonance to the case. So even with these HMX switches and even with just that little bit of the case foam, it's sounding pretty nice. It doesn't sound kind of like too choked up with foam either. It does have a nice kind of stiff feel. And yeah, just a little bit of resonance in there is helping. It doesn't suffer from kind of like heavy case pinging or anything like that. The resonance is really coming in from like the spacebar area, but it's in a good way. So it's I mean, for the price that they are selling this for, 280 bucks. This is like a very classic looking offering, to be honest, with the modern features like the tri-mode connectivity thing, right? F12 when key or when keyless. I do wish they had step caps lock, right? I think that's one key piece of like advice or like, you know, like feedback I would give is it would be nice if they supported step caps. I know that they wouldn't necessarily do 6.25U because it does sort of mess with the bottom row here a bit with how they got it going on. I'm not sure if that would mess with the taps and whatnot, but even like, yeah, sure, it's like fixed 7U. The power switch is right there at the caps, but it's not in the way of a step caps and hot swap thing, because it's like, where is it? Where's my spudger? It's like here. It's like to the right. Yeah. So it wouldn't really get in the way. There's a blinking LED. Yeah, the blinking LED is because I disconnected it, so it's probably looking for a wireless connection. But when you plug it in, the LED doesn't blink anymore. Yeah, it's because it's looking for like a wireless connection with the computer. But once you plug it in, it goes away. It's because it switches back to wired mode. So that's what it is. But yeah, the power switch wouldn't get in the way of step caps, I think. I think this is purely just because if you do step caps, what I would do is I would do hot swap socket on the top, hot swap socket on the bottom for centered, and then you get the power switch. And I don't think it would get in the way because the power switch is actually on the top side of the switch rather than the bottom, so it wouldn't get in the way of the second hot swap socket over here. So it probably wouldn't be an issue. Yeah, it does have wireless mode. It comes with a dongle and everything. It comes with a USB dongle. It also has like Bluetooth connectivity or whatever. So yeah, it's honestly a good deal. It's frankly a very, very good deal for what they're selling this for. We can take a kind of closer look at the board here, and yeah, it really is a good era to be a newbie in this space, because they really do have some nice options out there now. I mean, obviously this is now competing with the Neos and the QKs and the what have you. But I mean, it gives classic, you know, slightly thinner side bezels. They had to go slightly thicker because you get the seamless here. But you know, you get the kind of like asymmetric sort of like bezels with thicker ones top and bottom, thinner ones sides. A little nice copper badge for an accent. It's a very understated accent, which I think works nicely without just kind of killing the vibe of the board. It's not plastered anywhere with brands, like names, like branding. It's not plastered with branding, and you know, side profile is pretty clean. This is really nice. Bump-ons, sure, like these might be like proprietary or whatever, but I mean, I'm sure they could just send you some extra bump-ons. I mean, they do actually in the package. They have 2 extra bump-ons, a few extra gaskets. Actually, they have 4 extra bump-ons. Never mind, they have a full extra set of bump-ons, extra hardware. It's good stuff. They did a good job redesigning their TKL line for what it does. And you know, if you wanna go with the, you know, full stock thing, whatever, you know, whatchamacallit, you got the whole thing here too. You can easily put them on. It's magnetic pogo pin connectors, as easy as it gets to take everything apart. Gaskets are non-adhesive, right? One very small swivel with center USB, but I'm a boomer. Yeah, I feel the same way. At this point, I don't really even talk about it as much because I know it's a swivel that I have, but not everyone does. I do prefer the USB here, but yeah, center USB is much of the norm for most keyboards these days, right? So, but I mean, it's looking pretty good, man. It's looking pretty damn good. That's the Luminkey80. I mean, this is very nice. Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, so let's yeah, Cherry Love. It's a nice set. If you're looking into red sets, I think it's a pretty nice set to get. I'm sure there's people out there who have it in the market. I don't know if there's extras still. Let me see. Are there? Cherry Love. looks like it's sold out. So that's good. All right. Oh, ads are playing. Okay. All right. Do you think Splash is too close to track day to justify both, or am I crazy? Let me take a look. GMK Splash, I mean, it's Hydro, right? Hydro 2. But GMK Track Day, I don't remember what that looks like. No, they're kind of different. I can tell you, like, the blue on the Legends on Splash is like a royal blue. So they're kind of different. And so Track Day is using like a dark blue modifier, but Splash is actually straight up dark gray. It's, do you know, like GMK Dolce? It's the same dark gray, N9 for the stock color. So they're pretty different modifier colors. This one's blue straight up, and this one's gray straight up. The legends of the keycaps, they'll be different. This one actually has a tinge of blue in the alpha color. This one is just actually more like pure white. Yeah. Yeah. I love a good dashboard. But yeah. Been debating getting Splash, but it looks too similar to Track Day. I mean, I could see that. I could see that. If you're not huge into like blue key sets, I could see that. Honestly, Splash or GMK Hydro is like, it's not actually that workable with all keyboards out there. It's, the blue kind of comes off a little strong on that set, but it's a nice set. I mean, it was popular at the time for a reason. I guess the GMK Hydro, the first run when J-Chan did it, like the Squirrel novelties were like the whole thing, right? But even then, I think the color scheme does kind of work with a lot of case colors like silver and like gray and whatnot. But yeah. Okay, friends. So all in all, I think I would rec this board. Honestly, super solid for no foam and all that. Much better than the ones that do come with flex cut, business, and very like I like that they went with a no frills, no flex cut, PCB 1.6mm standard stuff. It's all good. These are all like solid choices. It makes for a boring but solid TKL, which is I think what you want for a lot of these cases. So I like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. It's been a couple of hours, but I think the board sounds pretty nice. Probably put up some pictures and whatnot later on, as usual. Let me see here if there's anything else now. But I think we can wrap it up since we're about to kind of go to bed soon. Gotta get Kiwi ready for bed too. Kind of need to brush his teeth. And also get ready for bed myself, of course. Alright folks, can you brush mine too? No, only Kiwi. Only Kiwi. Always wishing the best of health to you and the fam. Thank you. Nine Walker wishes the best of health to you. She's next to me, so she just did this face. But trust me, it's because I said it, not because you said that. It's because it's me. Alright, folks. I'll see you guys later. Let's go raid Patty, who I think is streaming. Yeah. She's talking about, I think, her ceramic stuff and just chatting. Alright, friends. I'll see you later. Thank you so much for sticking around and coming by. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And for those who, as always, come back to the stream, thank you so much for sticking around all these years. I will see you guys maybe later this week. I have a client build coming up that's I'm kind of excited to check out. They actually told me to open up the whole thing on stream, so I'm kind of excited to do that. Also kind of going in blind to the build, but it should be fairly straightforward build wise, but otherwise fun unboxing, I think is what I seem to be expecting here. So yeah, I'll see you guys when that happens. Okay, see you later, friends. Love you all. Have a great night.